Hi guys, it's JumpStart team member Swellen, and today we'll be reading Dario and the Whale by Cheryl, Lawton, Malone, and pictures by Bistra Masiva. This book will be about a boy who makes friends with the whale. The whale in this story is called a right whale, and you can see the whale right here. Right whales have two blowholes on the top of their heads that they use to breathe air and spout water. So right here on the top of his head, he usually has two holes, and one, like we just said, is to breathe air, and the other one is to spout water out. When whales jump out of the water, it's called breaching. And to breach is to jump out of the water, just kind of like this. Like essentially what he's doing, but you can't see the water. The whale in this story breaches and spouts water to communicate with Dario since they don't speak the same language. We'll find out more about how these two become friends when we read the story today. So let's start reading. Dario and the Whale. Every spring, when the sun wakes up the land, Dario and his mother move to the seashore. So essentially, when it's a different time in the seasons, when it's spring, Dario and his mother come to the seashore. Every spring, when the sun warms up the sea, a whale and her new calf swim north to a cool bay. So just like Dario and his mother, the whale and his baby, a calf, which is a young whale, moved to the seashore as well. Well, to the bay, to be exact. Dario's mother has to work. This year, she is a cook at the Salty Cod. And there's Dario's mother going to work while he's allowed to play at the beach. The whale is a right whale. She has to swim. She and her calf swim to a bay by the Salty Cod, and this is exactly where Dario is. On his first day, Dario tries to make new friends. "Oi!" he calls to the kids on the beach. He kicks a soccer ball, but the kids are playing baseball. Puff! The whale spouts. He chases a school of herring. The herring swim away. To spout is to shoot out water. This is what we were talking about earlier when we said that he had two blowholes. One was to spout the water. Dario backs into a sandcastle accidentally. "Hey!" says a girl. As you can see right here, she's upset that he accidentally ruined it. "Disculpe," Dario says, turning pink. "Sorry." And here he is apologizing for accidentally knocking over the girl's sandcastle. The whale bumps a green turtle on purpose, and the turtle swims away. Later, Dario runs along the sand. He flies a kite by himself. The whale has a notched tail, and to be notched is to shape like a V. So this is essentially how their tails are. You can't see it here, but just like in this picture, they're shaped like V's. He launches himself up. And to launch is to send something in the air. And here's the whale, as you can see. He's going up out of the water, launching himself. And he even scared the seagull. Dario sees the whale. The whale sees Dario. Here's Dario looking at the whale, and here's the whale with his big eye, his big face and head, looking at Dario. "Wow," Dario shouts. "Ma, ven a ver. Ma, come look." Splash! The whale slaps the water with his tail. His mother hurries over. And here's the whale who just came out of the water, splashed. And here you can see its notched tail. It's a V. Every day, Dario races to the beach. Every day, the whale is there. See, here's Dario and the whale, and it seems like they made some type of friendship. They come and see each other every day. Dario waves, and the whale breaches. It goes over the water. Dario watches the whale for hours. The whale swims back and forth for hours. So, as you can see here, now they're basically hanging out, and he's coming out of the water, entertaining Dario, and Dario is giving him attention. "Is he your friend?" asked the girl who made the sandcastle. Dario nods. Yes. And here's the girl talking to Dario here. One day, Dario does not go to the beach. He has a drippy nose, so he's all sick. His mother puts him to bed. Mas, he says, but... And here's Dario wishing he could go outside because he won't be able to see his friend whale today. And here he even drew him. The whale looks for Dario. He waits and waits. And Dario, as you can see, is not here, nowhere along the seashore. And here's the whale at the bay, waiting for Dario. When Dario's nose is dry, he rushes to the shore, looking, hoping. And to hope for something is to be hopeful. And that's for one, that means you want something to happen. They migrate, says the girl. They leave at the end of May. So that means within a different season or a different time, or how the water may feel, warm or cold, the whales, they leave. They go to a different place. And that's what the girl was telling him. No, says Dario, no. He is my friend, see? Dario whistles and the whale breaches. And here you see again the whale coming out of the water and pressing Dario, his friend. Dario runs into the water. And here he is, running into the water, looking at the whale. The whale swims close to the shore, closer than ever. And this is unusual because whales don't come, sea animals don't usually come close to the shore just because it's not really in their territory. They're usually in the deep ocean where the ocean looks darker and it's not as shallow. And here you can see that they're looking at each other and they're obviously trying to communicate something, but they don't speak the same language. One, of course, is an animal, and the other is a child, just like you guys. Just waves apart, the boy and the whale stay very still, listening and being. Do you have to go? Asked Dario. The whale blinks his large dark eye. And here you are. Here he is with his large dark eye, looking at Dario, answering his question. But you'll come back, right? Dario holds his breath. He waits and he wishes. And there they are, both looking at each other, talking in their own language. At last, the whale raises his great notched tail and lets it fall. Whoosh! Okay then, Dario says, see you next year. And here they are saying bye. And that is the end of our story today. So let's go over some vocabulary. Seashore. This is the land at the edge of the ocean. So this is usually where you go when you go to the beach, when you're looking at the water with your family. And a calf is a young whale. It's basically a whale's baby whale. The bay is part of an ocean that is surrounded by land. Spouts. This is to shoot out water. This is essentially what the whale did with its other air hole. Notched. This is to be shaped like a V. And in various parts of the book, you can see that the whale's tail looks exactly like this, like a V. Launch. To send in the air or water. So that's basically what the whale did when it launched itself out of the water so that it could go into the air and impress Dario. Breaches. To jump out of the water. So this is what the whale did essentially again when it launched out of the water. And to be hopeful is to want something to happen. And this can be like when you really want your mom to bring you pizza one day. And I really hope you liked our book. And I hope this reminds you that anyone can be important to you and you can have a relationship with it. Like this little camel figurine. If it did, it could have meant a lot to me and I could have been really attached to it if my grandma gave it to me of some sorts. And in this story, Dario is befriending an animal, a whale. And maybe you do this when you have pets. You know, you you talk to them, but they don't really understand you, but you guys do have a form of communication. And that's all for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the story. Stay safe.